Okay, everyone. This is Pam Ragland, and I want to thank you for coming to my AskPamRagland.com call tonight. I have some really interesting questions this week, so I'm excited to get to them. I'm going to be kind of going back and forth between the Ustream and checking the monitor for the questions that are coming in. If you're on the Ustream, I ask that you actually go to the page, the web page, to ask your question. It's www.askpamragland.com. All right, so I'm going to get started with a little bit of information about me and who I am and what this process is and things like that in case you haven't heard about it before. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about information that I've gotten about the economy tonight that you all might be interested in hearing. At least I'm interested in hearing it. I think that all of us are sitting here wondering what's happening with the economy and where this is coming from and why it's happening and things like that. And then I'm going to start answering some of your specific questions, and I've got some really good questions tonight, so I'm hoping that some folks are on the line that I'll be able to match up your question with you being on the call. Those of you who were willing to enter your phone number, and that helps me be able to match you up. Otherwise, I just kind of have to guess, and I can't necessarily answer your question. So I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. And again, this is Pam Ragland, and this is the AskPamRagland.com call. And hopefully it will be recorded in Ustream and we'll get the whole thing this time. So first I want to let you know a little bit about me and who I am and why on earth I'm sitting here doing this phone call and doing this Ustream and where I came from. I've been doing some work called thought shifting for the last 4 years now, and thought shifting is a new, essentially energy technology that gets rid of things that are in your way dramatically, much more quickly and effortlessly than anything else that's available out there today, and in huge chunks. So it's an interesting process because it's dramatically different than other things, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why that is and what it is and how you can learn some more about it. And I'm going to say hi to all my Ustream friends out there. I see people are kind of coming in on the Ustream, so awesome. So let me just start with a little bit about just kind of giving you my background. I didn't grow up doing this thought shifting thing, which is technically a form of healing, because it's getting rid of negativity from your body, negative conditioning. But I didn't grow up knowing that I could do that. What happened was I was transforming companies, Fortune 100, Fortune 50 companies as a consultant, and I just developed a specialty at being able to identify human behavior and what caused people to do certain things. And then as a result of that, I've been able to help people change more quickly and effortlessly, just really by focusing on helping the process of changing companies be more painless for people, or less painful, I guess you would say. And then about 8 years ago, I went out on my own and I said, okay, what am I going to do? Because I had had my second major illness in 4 years, first cancer, and then I got pneumonia that wouldn't respond to 3 kinds of antibiotics. And so I said, okay, Pam, get a clue. You're doing something wrong. So what I looked at my options, and I just knew that I wanted to quit traveling so much. I wanted to work 4 days instead of 80 hours, and I wanted to make at least as much money as I was making before, which was 6 figures, and I had no idea what I was going to do. And then I ran across an article on coaching, and I said, I'm going to do that. So I set out to be a coach and asking myself what was unique about me, and really the industry was still relatively new then. What I realized is what was unique about me is that I help people change quickly and effortlessly, so that became my focus. And as I was coaching people, I just really felt like I was pulling teeth. I felt like it just took too much work to help identify what was in people's way and really get rid of it. And I was pretty good even back then at identifying roadblocks and things that were in people's way, even before I knew all the stuff that I know now. But I would find that my clients would struggle with having the same negative thought for, let's say, 3 months. And I just felt like this is taking too long. I wanted to help people change faster. So in my quest to help people change faster, I discovered ultimately this process called thought shifting. I really received this recipe divinely. And initially, I thought that I was using a machine to do this work. And people kept telling me, Pam, it's you, not the machine. And I said, whatever, I'm practical. I was changing companies. It was difficult for me to really believe that there was anything that I could do. But then I did realize, after a while, by forgetting to turn that machine on, that indeed that was really the case. So that's kind of my background, and out of that was born a process called thought shifting that I've been doing for 4 years, and I work two ways with people. One is I remove part of an issue that gets in your way, and I call that thought shifting, and the other is I'm the only one that can actually go in and literally erase all your past baggage that you've acquired in this lifetime and even things that you came in with, and do that, and that takes about 11 days for that to just go away in elapsed days. And in neither case do I really need to identify the issue or where it came from. So I'm going to explain to you why that's dramatically different than what's going on today with our traditional systems out there, so that you can get an understanding of not only what gets in your way and why it does, but why the traditional systems may seem like they take so long to help you change, because indeed through measurements that I've done, that actually is the case. So stepping back from that, when I realized that I was helping people change quickly and effortlessly, and that was my focus, at some point I said, well, how do I know? How do I know how much I'm helping my clients? And I happened upon, or it came to me, to begin measuring something called negativity. So what I found when I began measuring negativity, and let me first define for you what negativity is. Negativity is, if you think about a battery, and there is the positive side of the battery, and now that I have this on video, I should get props, but there's the positive side of the battery, and there's the negative side of the battery. And what happens is all those thoughts and everything that is focused on us living our life effortlessly, those are on the positive side. Living our life effortlessly is what I call the masterpieces that we're meant to be. So what I always say is that we all came here as a masterpiece, and that little by little someone threw paint on us, and that's what I call negativity, and I'm going to tell you how much paint's really there in a minute. And the positive side are all the thoughts that help us effortlessly live our life as a masterpiece we're meant to be. The negative side are all those things that get in our way. They keep us from effortlessly living our life as we're meant to be. And what I found is that the average adult has 97.4% of all your thoughts in your way. So almost everything is in the negative side, or what I've come to call negativity. So negativity doesn't mean you're a drag. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It doesn't mean you're always focusing on the negative. What it means is that you may have limiting beliefs that are keeping you from living your life as a masterpiece in an effortless way. That's what it means. And what's interesting about this is I call it also the lies we tell ourselves, that we don't even know we're telling ourselves, and we don't even know are lies. Because very often what happens is we are so used to these negative ideas that if somebody were to tell you straight out that you're thinking this, you might even think, well, what's the big deal about that? And some of that is just because we simply don't understand how we create with our thoughts, and how having that particular negative thought might result in us creating something we don't want in our life. So I'll use kind of a tried and true example about this. And this is the idea that we have to work hard to make money. And especially those of you that are in the United States, this is a very common belief that we have, that you have to work hard to make money. But the truth is, if you have the idea that you have to work hard to make money, then you're going to continue to create situations in your life whereby the only way that you can make money is to work hard. And so you're going to find yourself working harder and harder and harder. It's really kind of like the opposite of Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Workweek. Okay, that is obviously a person who doesn't have this piece of negativity, but especially in the United States, because we have such a Puritan work ethic and we've passed these things on. We have this idea, and you see people really get rewarded for working hard, for working long hours, which makes the problem of being a workaholic actually one that's very difficult, because people are almost like, what's the big deal about that? Okay, so that's negativity. Negativity are the lies we tell ourselves. We don't even know we're telling ourselves. We don't even know they're lies. They're on the negative side of the battery. They are repelling our purpose, our effortless masterpiece life, our ability to live our life in the way that we were meant to live. So that's the negativity. And another thing I need to tell you about negativity is that the way that we get this in the first place, and I'm going to talk more about this, are what I call associations. So if you imagine that when you first learn, I always use this example, that you have a door. And when you first learn, when you're a child, you might learn that it's a door. And then later on, you might learn it's a patio door, or a glass door, or a panel door, that there are different kinds of doors, or it might be the front door, or the back door. Those are all associations, and those things all get linked together. And what happens is once something is associated and we learn it, it goes into our subconscious. It's an automatic habit.